So you want to attack my feet again, cuz? Get your butt kicked. I know you don't want to get your butt kicked, cuz. Should have looked. Dug it up. How's it going? How's it going? Halito, grand elevations, all that good shit. Everybody's saying it, and it seems to be empty. I don't never want to sound like I'm empty, so what's cracking? Or what's popping? For those who have a hard time with the sea. Excuse me, I need to drink a lot more water, y'all. See, that's called Adam's fucking apple. That's what you need to see when you take a motherfucker out to drink. And that motherfucker tip that shit up and you see a motherfucking, like somebody playing motherfucking hardball in that bitch. You need to vacate, unless that's your forte. We're gonna start the night off with Fritz Zimmerman's The Encyclopedia of Ancient Giants in North America, forwarded by L.A. Marzulli. Zimmerman, remember that, but it's forwarded by L.A. Marzulli. I'm gonna read a couple of things I read before. I want to reiterate, and then I'm gonna read a few other things. All right. Anything I eat or drink, raw fruits and whatever. Somebody had to crack me up. I did that line, I did that mix, and then I went and did some research and pulled up and made a couple of posts about beef. That everybody's always talking about halal, clean, da 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 da. And when I told y'all the pig was cleaner than the beef, I wasn't lying. This is known. This is known that the pig is cleaner. The wild boar, excuse me, the wild boar, like in Texas here and everywhere, is cleaner than the cow. Let me tell you something. First of all, Monsanto fertilizes all the grass that is grown to feed all the animals. Then they're given shots. They're force-fed certain pills even in their feed, not just the hay. Now, free range is something different, but doesn't affect there because these people are spraying and you don't know what they're spraying because they really believe that it's all right for them to do it. If it was so all right, wouldn't they be out in the open? So that means it's tyranny. They shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be doing what they're doing. But you people don't know how to stand up, join together, and fight this. See, it's easy if we said, no, enough, gather the people who are like-minded and say, we're not marching, motherfucker. We're going to shut these bastards down. I don't care what hole we got going, what mountainside, what tunnel. And if anybody up here is attempting to stop it, then it's got to be what it's got to be. But the problem is you got a whole lot of people divided by ethnicities, colors. I'm starting to believe that we're the original people of this land. Everybody else is brought here. And our people are playing freaking stupid because they're being misled by the people they need to get rid of. And that's all I'm going to say to that. The cockroaches, per se. And we all know some. Go figure, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. The Bureau of Ethnology, 12th Annual Report, West Virginia. Locations and I guess you could say material witnesses steeped in literacy. Below the mouth of the Kanawha, you never hear these natives talk about that. The Kanawha, the caving end of the bank of the Ohio, had exposed a wall of stone. I told you the oldest pyramid is underwater in Ohio, but nobody wanted to believe me. Every 6 years for a period of time, they would drain it and let all the elites, little rich, little clone, vagabond babies who are probably doing all the crazy stuff you see now, they would take them to take pictures and let them see this, one of the most ancient pyramids. They built a dam. It's underwater. Trust me. It's still there. Anywho, had exposed a wall of stone on some of the slabs of which were rude totemic and other marks may be some, this guy could not type, y'all, excuse me, maybe some pecking tool. Careful excavations revealed a circular enclosure about 100 feet in diameter. Inside measurements, that's crazy. Anyway, the wall was composed of angular slabs of various sizes from the hills nearby and averaged 25 feet across the base by 3.5 in height. Many of the stones bore evidence of fire, and the spaces between them, and in parentheses it states, they were laid flat with joints broken and being filled with charcoal, ashes, and earth, separate or mixed. No gateway was found, though no doubt one exists at some point not excavated. The sediment from the overflows was accumulated to the depth of about 5 feet since the wall was built, and its existence was never suspected until exposed as above, stated by the falling in of the bank. This may not be Aboriginal work, may not be. The 12th Annual Report of the Bureau of Ethnology, 1890 to 91, Stone Circle. On Armstrong Creek, Louis Armstrong, right? Half a mile above its junction with the Kanawha, are the remains of an interesting rock heap inside of a circle. The latter is fully 100 feet in diameter, and after the removal of material therefrom from nearly a half mile of stone fence is still 15 to 20 feet wide and 3 to 5 feet high. Did you hear me? Half mile of stone fence. They call it a fence. We know it's a wall. It's still 15 to 20 feet wide and 3 to 5 feet high. That sounds like a fence. Anyway, got to dig deeper. Central within this are the remains of what the oldest living white men and the early records and traditions of this region represent as having been a rock heap 25 or 30 feet in diameter at the base and 10 feet high, and similar to that shown in figures 288. I wish they would put the number on the figure. All right, hold on. Anyway, except that the cap or cover was still in place when first observed. The explanation of this is supposed to be found in the fact that there was a passageway large enough to admit a man extending from the outside to the inner space. And I guess this would be 2228. It doesn't have the number up. And I never noticed it before. Okay, and so I'll show you that. Yeah. Here you go. Solar temples, hinges like stone hinges, in the British Isles and the Ohio Valley, transitioned from the megalithic era. They gotta make up their shit. Don't buy into the megalithic word, people. History of Wyoming County, West Virginia, 1965. Apparently, the original structure was built of loose field stones carried from the immediately surrounding vicinity and put together without mortar. The original foundation was yet in evidence, being a mound packed with earth, which was undoubtedly carried from the spot some 200 feet distance, leaving a sizable depression in the ground. Both the shape of foundation and position of the fallen stones indicate the structure was circular in shape. Clay from the foundation mound, compared with that of the depression, was found to be the same type, not surprisingly. A study of the fallen stones revealed that while the greater number rare, without doubt, native to the immediate area, there were some which may have been brought from quite a long distance along an ancient trail. In the pre-dawn darkness, I'm just gonna raise giants northern outposts along the St. Joseph River. Anyway, this is what it looks like. And the cover is removed, as you see up top. That's the cover. Burial mound surrounded by a ditch and earthwork in the south of England, and the original hinge at Bryn Celyn in Wales was constructed to mark the summer solstice sunrise. The Beaker people adopted the hinge as a solar temple, and the stone circles with an interior platform were later replaced by burial mounds. So it's in both countries, okay? The hinge used by the ancient giant race, as here they just making a proclamation and stating it, ain't they? Ancient giant race as both a solar temple and calendar is so distinct as to preclude its development independently. The discovery of giant skeletons in the proximity of these earthworks is ample evidence that they were constructed by the same people in both the British Isles and the Ohio Valley. A hinge in the British Isles is defined in Wikipedia as a roughly circular or oval-shaped flat area over 20 meters in diameter, which is enclosed by a boundary earthwork that usually comprises of a ditch with an external bank and exterior ditch. Access to the interior is obtained by way of 1, 2, or 4 entrances through the earthwork. Internal components may include portal settings, timber circles, and post rings, stone circles, monoliths, and even burials and central mounds. It should be added that many of the gateways of the hinges in the British Isles also had solar alignments, meaning as well. I just wanted to read a little bit of that to you. Oh, there's so much more, man. Let me tell y'all. We got some stuff in here, man, that's gonna rock y'all, the rock y'all world, man. History of cattle, the cattle, how do you say that word? The cattle rugus or something like that in New York. Anyway, we're talking about 1800s here. The cattle rugus, whatever it's called. Well, anyway, man, we got some information that's gonna rock y'all mind. Trust me. People who have dug up burial mounds, these bastards did a whole lot of stuff to our land, y'all. And we're gonna get deep into it. Even sheep cornstalk, which, if you know what I know, all right. So we're gonna come back over there, and we're gonna get into the statistical analysis of the giant skeletons found by the Smithsonian Institute in West Virginia. That's when we're gonna really start get knee deep in some stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and George Jones, An Original History of the Ancient America, Elder Brown Classic. Now remember, this is his writings, and somebody interpreted them into this book. All right. What was the year? 18 what? Something. Some people actually was telling me that it was much earlier than that, and I was like, well, I believe it very possible to be much earlier than the time stated in the book by the individual that wrote it. I mean, they rewrote it, but if you can go back, if you can go back before 1843, that's no need. There's no need to go back before 1843. Hell, there's no need to go back before the 1900s, 1901. There's no need, hell, to even go back before the 1940s. I just wanted to iterate that. You feel me? Anyway, Original History of Ancient America, as written by Mr. George Jones. I want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't like to. Okay. Anyway, we ended off as far as for them, by them, for the worship of their God of light and heat. I believe that was the vestige. Yeah, Palenque. All right. It will be observed that the above sculpture is the only one in stone in the interior of the temple. Okay. Excuse me. And from the image of the sun suspended from the neck of the principal figure, whose countenance is calm and benevolent. Remember that? And the richly attired kneeling figure making an offering. And the sculpture seems to, what does that mean? Allude to, not meaning it's practical, but could be, right, in his opinion, to represent the Apollo of the Aborigines, receiving a tributary gift. The table underneath and in front is in the very position of an altar table, upon which may have been placed the votive offerings of the living, in imitation of the sculpture above the altar in a similar manner. And the more modern altar of the Christians is placed, for it is stationed beneath the artistical object of worship, or the tables of the Decalogue. See what they've always done, put their shit in places, it was to pervert. Like I said, that Satan is real, y'all. Better snip out Chakuma. Anyway, as we're saying, Decalogue. A painting over a Christian altar of the Magi adoring the infant Savior, and thereby calling the similar worship from the living, will completely illustrate the sculptured altar piece of Palenque. The people didn't go to worship that. That was the people left behind, okay, who still held on to their pagan ways. We think that this will be admitted, and being so, it establishes that this great edifice was one of the chief temples of the Aborigines, erected by them for the worship of their God, as they think. No, it was not worship of no man, of light and heat. No, light and heat was not a God, not like that. They're too stupid to know the truth. The sun. We didn't worship no damn sun. These people are stupid. This may, because they have to create some kind of fantasy. If you listen to a Peckerwood telling you, yeah, they worship the sun, was you worshiping with them, motherfucker? That's how you shut all that shit down. Well, what we found? Oh man, shut up with what you found. Motherfuckers knew about us all since goddamn they know, and they got y'all running around like the orphan little dumbass babies they educated and made you dumb. But I'm gonna keep reading. It's good information here. Anyway, this may then have been the Mecca shrine of the kingdom, to which all the nation made their annual pilgrimage, and especially do we believe this to have been the case, from the fact of the stucco being placed upon the stone, because stucco's on the stone, that's why these stupid motherfuckers. And people will read this and believe it, because they don't think. And the former illustrating a latter religion than that proved by the stone sculpture, and the religion being partially changed, And in parentheses, he states, as will be shown there hereafter. Well, I hope you better show it right. Still, it was the chief temple for the assemblage of the people, and from which perhaps from the tower of the temple was promulgated not only any change in the form of religious worship, but also in the laws of the country. Everything indicates that this edifice was the aboriginal temple of the sun. No shock value there, they didn't know. If it was the palace, again, we would ask, where is the temple? For in all ancient nations, the edifice in which was performed the religion of the country was of more importance than any earthly residence. Jerusalem, Athens, and Rome possessed the temple, and the Parthenon, the capital, and the Pantheon, Tyrus, Carthage, and the Pantheon, all right, both of those, all right, and Tyrus, Pantheon, excuse me, let me do it again because I just jumped down. Jerusalem, Athens, and Rome possessed the temple. The Parthenon, the capital, and the Pantheon, Tyrus, Carthage, and Palmyra, their gorgeous temple to Apollo, the sun. Italy, England, and France justly boast of their churches sacred to St. Peter, and we know that these are some new beat. Y'all, if you're watching, y'all are new. Brand fucking new. And everything that y'all have labeled, wrong. All this religion and altar shit, wrong. Now I'm saying fact on that. St. Paul and the mother of the Savior and the great Mohammedan family point with religious joy to the shrine at Mecca. Both of them, huh? And why then should the Aborigines of the Western Hemisphere be an exception? The oldest people on earth, huh? The jeweled temples of the sun, for example, of Apollo, that in Mexico and Peru tempted the blood-stained feet of Cortez and Pizarro, were but the types of the original at Palenque, and for the latter was in ruins when the Spanish pirates landed. Yeah, when they landed. And none of their historians even allude to the desolation of past ages, so engrossed were they with that of their own. Another description of a piece of sculpture in stucco upon a building near the temple of Palenque will be reserved for illustration, a powerful similitude to a Tyrian branch of worship. This will receive a full investigation in the chapter devoted to the national analogies. On the map of the ruins of Palenque and in the descriptions as furnished in Mr. Stephen's work, the temple and 5 other edifices all rise from a pyramidal base having 4 sides, and this fact will again be brought forward in refutation of one of his architectural conclusions. And we'll get into the ruins of Uxmal next, and that's going to be pretty interesting. I hope that y'all understood what I was doing when I was crossing the lines and telling you this is not what they didn't know. They're just making up shit, and because they made it part of religious doctrine, shit is not of this, that is not of this soil. They're foreign crap. All right. They had only the enemies that came knew exactly what they were doing because they had guidance. They were told and they were directed. We're going to get back into those readings of those other books too, so that way we can get back to seeing that someone may have been brought here. And they run around like the dumbasses. And some people believe that somebody a little morbid or something came down and put a little gene and made these motherfuckers. Now that goes off into, you know what direction that goes off into. The black conscious thing, not denoting the stories, but the black conscious movement. You know what I'm saying? Nibiru, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get more and more readings of those books. We got plenty of them. Actually, out of the 4 ones I just got the other week, 2 of them kind of steeped into that, in that trench, in that hemisphere of, of ideology. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty interesting. Just like the gods of Eden and DNA of the gods and the wars of the Anunnaki, the custodians. I got 2 books on Tartaria that speaks on this same thing. The Book of Gilgamesh, the Emerald Tablets. I know that's over there. The Book of Giants, Nephilim, and so on. All those things. And Do they come from the same mindset or from around the same time frame? No, some books are from the 1700s. I think one's from 17, the other one's from 18, then we got some of the new century stuff. So as we read these things, you know, remember what I said earlier. I don't want to repeat myself a million times. So here, I just want to read just a little bit of Arthur Kessler. I'm not going to get into Behold the Pale Horse. I want to read that with DNA of the gods and all that, because it's going to keep your mind crisp on these books I just read, open. So that way, when I start going through you know, we know where Behold the Pale Horse comes from. We know the derivative out of religion, the ideology. And as I'm telling the secrets, and I pointed out that there's another government with another president and everything else, and they don't work. They don't work with these bastards, because these ones are the fake. They keep the people caught up in this fake world. You know, the police doing dumb shit while they're creating drugs, and they're putting them on the streets and fucking people's lives up, poisoning the food, the same effect upon them and everybody else, except for those who believe they're righteous, and they carry themselves because they have a little more resilience in staying away from doing certain things, but they become just as corrupt. But it's you and I who could be the true light. There's no suffrage, there's no, look, it's easy to go, look, I don't want to drink. I can drink anytime I want. Nothing's going to happen. I just got to deal with my age and my body doing the transformation. Do I want to hinder that, or do I want to say, you know, I'm not going to drink? And keep it simple without debating and having an argument with myself and displacement. No, it's out of character of who we are. When we say something, we speak it and we live it. We live by it. Because see, the enemy, as far as they know, they want you dead. Now, God dang it, they want everybody dead. This is not a crayon. I'm not into that magical crayon box. And the perversions live right with you. The ones who can't wait to see it out. All right. I want to reiterate this part, and then we'll jump over here where we belong at. Because when we finished off, it was long, however long we chewed the bones, like the cud, remember? But during the 2 centuries of Kuman rule, followed by the Mongol invasion, remember I said everywhere, all right, they were used by the Vatican. They were Magog and Magog, that's their cousins, the Ashkenaz. You want the Kadars, the Kabirs, and all those, they're all related. If you don't want to know about, let's say Yaphet was never here, and his children, all right, got down to Gomer, who begat motherfucking Yaphet, you know, begat, listen, hypothetical, begat motherfucking Ashkenaz, Gog, Magog, and all them motherfuckers, and brought them here and say, let's see what these motherfuckers do with a little information about what these motherfuckers stopped doing because we stopped fighting them. And now we're dealing with them because we didn't walk those ways no more. We had found true peace for a long time. It's in the walls. The peace lasts was a very long time. No, none of this shit you see. To think that this is civility, something is wrong with you. Now, I just wanted to say that part. Now let's get over here and get it rolling. Just a couple of paragraphs. And how seriously was it destroyed? The principal source, Ibn Hawkal, first speaks of the utter destruction of Itil. But then he also says, writing a few years later, that Khazarian is still the center on which the Rus trade converges. Thus, the phrase utter destruction may have been an exaggeration. This is the most likely because he also speaks of the utter destruction of the town of Bulgar. Remember we read this yesterday? Okay? Capital of the Volga. Yet, the damage with the Rus caused in Bulgar could not have been too important, as we have coins that were minted there in the year 976 and 97. All right? So anyway, let's carry on. The ultimate source of all statements that the Russian destroyed Khazaria in the 10th century is no doubt Ibn Hawkal. Ibn Hawkal, however, speaks as positively of the destruction of Bulgar on the Middle Volga. It is quite certain that at the time of the Mongol attacks in the 13th century, Bulgar was a flourishing community and was the ruin of Khazaria also temporary. Make that make sense. It obviously was. Khazarian Itil and the other town of the Khazars consisted mostly of tents, wooden dwellings, and round houses called yurts, built of mud and thatch, which were easily destroyed and easily rebuilt. Only the royal and public buildings were of brick. Who was the slaves to do the dirty deeds? The damage done must nevertheless have been serious, for several Arab chroniclers speak of a temporary exodus of the population of the Caspian shore or islands. Did you hear that? Exodus of the population to the Caspian shore or islands? And thus Ibn Hawqal says the Khazars of Itil fled from the Rus to one of the islands of the Naphtha coast, running with the niggas, Baku. Now you've seen the anime, and Baku, this big fighting motherfucker. Okay, just wanted to know. But later returned to Itil and Khazaran with the aid of the Muslim Shah. I want people to listen to what I'm writing, brother, and you're killing me, bro. Take it easy, brother. Relax. You're knowledgeable, bro. Everybody knows it. I know, and I love it. Relax. I want them to pay attention to what I'm saying. I want them to think. I don't want you to give them. I want them to think, brother. All right, DJ? You're popping up in my peripheral, bro. Take it easy, beloved. I want them to think. All right, brother? Thank you. But latter returned to Itil and Khazaran with the aid of the Muslim Shah of Sharwan. This sounds plausible since the people of Sharwan had no love for the Rus, who had plundered their shores earlier on. Other Arab chroniclers, Ibn Masqua and Muqaddasi, writing later than Ibn Hawqal, all right, that's a latter individual, also, what the hell was that? Also, it sounded like a sound barrier was broken. Also speak of an exodus of Khazars and a return with Muslim help. According to Ibn Masqua, as a price for this help, they all adopted Islam with the exceptions of their king. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Listen, Ibn Masqua. Look, the Khazars and their return with Muslim help. According to Ibn Masqua, as a price for this help, they all adopted Islam with the exception of their king, Muqaddasi, I think his name was, who has a different version, which does not refer to the Rus invasion. He only says that the inhabitants of the Khazar town went down to the Era close to the sea and came back converted to Islam. The degree of his reliability is indicated by the fact that he describes that. Maybe now you understand why they had, what was his name, y'all? The one who had 41 to 42 different aliases. Master Farad. He actually taught the Hebrews 1932, and he also taught Mr. I don't like saying certain people's names, y'all. I just don't. You know, the one who did all of a sudden turned his back on Malcolm X. You dig what I'm saying? The one who turned his back on Malcolm X, who brought the nation and filled its ranks, and then Farrakhan took over. Yeah, that little child molester, that little motherfucker. If you ever seen a picture of his mother and father and know his backstory, he was white. He's white. I'm white and Indian. It's a status. But you got to know what's behind it. Like I said, y'all don't know who I am and you think you do. And I continue to tell you, and y'all won't even get it. You won't even get it through your heads. It's nothing great or less, but it's more than all these fake elites. That's what happens when those of us slip through the wire and we know. Anywho, that motherfucker, I ain't saying his name. I'm not even going to do that. I figured y'all would have got the narcissistic behavior behind my sarcasm. You know, I'm not even going to give him that. The motherfucker was a sick fuck. Okay? Master Rod taught that shit. He even was the pontiff, even when they fake locked him up, sent his ass back over to the United Nations. Not, it wasn't UN, it was called the League of whatever the fuck. It sounded like some out of fucking DC Comics. Even he was the one who has suggested Haile Selassie, when he fled, because remember where he fled to, when he fled Ethiopia, because Italy was attacking him, even though they kicked Italy's ass, all right? And Marcus Garvey. You think I'm lying? Go do the research. Go find the pictures. Now, back to this, so we can finish this short little paragraph off. Okay? Anyway, the degree of his reliability is indicated by the fact that he described Bulgar as being closer to the Caspian than Itil, which amounts to place in Glasgow, south of London. Pay attention to this. In spite of the confused and biased nature of these accounts, which seems all too obvious, there is probably some truth in them. The psychological shock of the invasions, the flight to the sea, and the necessity of buying Muslim help may have led to some deal which gave the Muslim community in Khazaria a greater say in the affairs of state. And we remember a similar deal with Marwan 2 centuries earlier. Now, would that mean, would that be the reason why they went back over there to Palestine and kill and murder all them motherfuckers? Some kind of bullshit vendetta? Because they know that there was a darker enemy who when they turned on us, our creator, that which created us, will not listen to them. So the darkness came to them and made them an offer. 1 through 7, which involved the Khagan himself, but left no mark on Khazar history. According to yet another Arab source, Baruni, who died in 1048 in Itil, 1048, in his time was in ruins, or rather once more in ruins. It was rebuilt again, but henceforth it went under the name of Saxon. It figures repeatedly in the chronicles well into the 12th century as a large town on the Volga, surpassed by none in Turkestan. That's why I keep saying the Saxon aren't nobody. They're new and they're the one and the fucking same. Look at Sweden. I was talking about that yesterday. And eventually, oh, excuse me, my apologies. It figures repeatedly in the chronicles well into the 12th century as a large town on the Volga, surpassed by none in Turkestan, and eventually, according to one source, became the victim of inundations. And another century later, the Mongol ruler Batu, look him up, the Mongol ruler Batu, built his capital on its sites. In summing up what the Russian Chronicle and the Arab sources tell us about catastrophe of 965. You'll remember what I've read so far, right? We can say that Itil was devastated to an unknown extent by the Rus or some other invaders, but rebuilt more than once, and that the Khazar state emerged from the ordeal considerably weakened. But there can be little doubt that inside its shrunken frontiers, it survived for at least another 200 years. For example, to the middle of the 12th century, and perhaps, though more doubtfully, until the middle of the 13th, it became weaker because they were meddling and integrating and mixing with everybody else. So did they become weaker? You see all the motherfuckers now, the majority, protect Israel. Belfort Agreement, and that's not Israel, motherfuckers. Israel never existed over there. Some old made-up ass shit. No fucking land. If we're waiting for a land, how the fuck can that land exist? Somebody just made it up out their ass, and they had, if West Side, if you ain't here, they had 7 to choose from, right? They said, fuck that, we're not doing it in America because they know the truth. And every one of them that did it, they're atheists. Talking about Zion, this, that, and other. I told you to look up when the motherfucker created the statement, anti-Semitic. And Johnny says, say that, use that, you know how they talk. And everybody leave you alone. We own the printing companies, blah, 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 blah. So now you know a little more truth. And these 4 right here, we'll get into this app. It's going to be a late night read, unless somebody does a podcast, then you get these first in the morning. Because it's Monday morning, and tomorrow I am definitely not doing a goddamn thing. Not running nowhere, not going nowhere. If they got mail, I'll be picking it up in the evening. I don't care. I gotta do some calisthenics, yoga, you know what I'm saying? And some deep meditation tomorrow. I'm gonna attempt to go the whole day without eating. I know I'm gonna cramp the fuck up, but I gotta push forward. You know what I mean? I'm eating my second apple and orange. And it's rough, I tell you. Eating up the knees and just be on that toilet going, mama. And y'all know I eat very, very spicy food. Very, very spicy food. Carolina Reaper hot sauce, it ain't even all that hot to me no more. I only went through 6 bottles. Whenever I eat orange and apple together, I always choose real ginger. I like a little slice of horseradish with it as well at the same time. But I couldn't find none here, and I wasn't going to Flagstaff to buy some, which they have some really good organic horseradish over at the, which it should be about to open back up at the market, for the vegetable market. Yeah, D, I wasn't trying to, I just want them to listen to me read. I want them to pay attention. But you could do your thing, but just, I love what you do. You help a lot. But I need them to, and some of them can't read and they can't do that. Some of them. I mean, with all due respect, brother. I'm gonna eat me a piece of kiwi too. I'm gonna be on that toilet like I'm retarded. Hey, well, much love. Hey, Rhonda, what's up, brother? T. Hines, good to go, family. Hey, Snoo. You finally responded on the goddamn Instagram? Mikey Hill, West Side, Humber French, Papa Daddy. We gotta get some t-shirts made with everybody's name and everything all in the group. Man, make some funky ass shit. I'll do some graffiti with characters, Popeye, looking like an Indian, a melanated Popeye. You know what I'm saying? B-Tray, yeah. Scott, Grand Elevation, what's going on? And I hope y'all got what DP was saying, because I saw he wasn't wrong. Quinn is, what's going on? Cincinnati Colts, y'all. Right there. I'm not trying to blow up your spot. I just got to let them know. One of my brothers from high school, the man's a minister of sorts. You know what I'm saying? I consider him a medicine man. All right? That's right. Right there, Quintus McDonald. I forget what number. 45, Cincinnati Colts. I forget your number, brother. Forgive me. I used to know all of them. Forgive me. I just stayed away so far away from NFL, y'all. Yeah, that's my brother right there. Hey, Tola Cherokee. I be telling about my Uncle Lonnie, Denver Broncos, Denver Nuggets, and my Uncle John Amos, Kansas City Chiefs, good time, and Herschel Walker being my second cousin. But I don't like saying that name too much. Everybody, they're going hard on him, man. I think he might have had too much THI, traumatic head injury, but he's still my second cousin. I mean, y'all don't do the cousin stuff, but yeah, that's real stuff. Spencer Haywood's he's my uncle. You know how you have like a second uncle and shit like that? My uncle too, Spencer Haywood. We used to play tennis together over in Nishawane tennis courts. DJ was doing that. I saw it, man. I couldn't help but see it. It was popping up my eyes like, oh, he giving them the business. I was like, all right, I need him to listen to me. Yo, DJ is very knowledgeable, y'all. You hear me? Very. And when I say very, I mean very. All right. And I like to hear a lot of things. When he talking with it, man, I be tuning in, and sometimes you don't see me. I be typing shit in. Okay. Hoss, what's going on, Hoss Sizzle? That's right. That's what it's all about. I appreciate it, Snoop. Great. No, DJ, it's not about me being right. I just had to slow you down. I ain't mind a couple things. Bro, you be laying out a foundation. We got a lot of time to build some serious, solid foundations, man. I mean, and we're doing it, actually. We're actually doing it. Unbeknownst, we're actually doing it. And I'm very articulate in this, and I'm very inspired, and I'm driven. We get me and you, man, tell you what. Everything I have. I won't, but until people have read everything, I have it as no content. Oh no, man! You tell them, lay them. You lay it out there. God damn it, you lay it out there. Except when I take a break, because I'm when I interject, God damn it, hit him up. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm, what I'm saying? Now I go back to reading and say, okay, let's see what I'm got to say. All right, boom, Oh, hell yeah, he knows it. No, it's nothing but love. I want y'all, because a lot of these books I've read so many times, and the ones that I'm reading for the first time, I've read them. That first read I do on all these books is literally what I learned in the 80s when I took speed reading courses, and I utilized them in the military testing and everything. And I've gotten much better at speed reading. And do I do like this? No, I wouldn't get shit. No, I literally take my hand. I used to do it with a ruler, and I used to do a playing card, and I'm able, all key words, for some reason your mind acclimates. Instead of just using the left hemisphere, something in the right starts pulling words out. They jump out at you. Literally, they jump. There's times I'm reading a word to jump out, I can't read it. I saw it, I gotta look at my head at the word to read it, because it's jumping. It literally is jumping up at me, and it's too much. I'm trying to stay where I'm at, and that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I literally, oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, sniff. Oh, wow. And I do that, and people be looking at me like, what? Well, I said, well, this one's about this individual, right? And he's over in so-and-so, and I'll be laying it down. They be like, nigga, did you just read that fast for real? I'm like, I know. It even stopped y'all from learning cursive writing, didn't they? So shut the fuck up. We had speed writing classes, goddammit. Speed writing, speed reading, and advanced Excel. What's it called? Accelerate typing or some shit. I forget what it's called. I didn't punch them teachers. I didn't swing on them teachers. They were cool. What was that? No. What was it? Oh, hell yeah. No, everybody be laying it down. I love it. Yeah, I always eat it. My daughter, when she was on the res with me, right? She was eating ginger just like me. And I said, look, you like art. You like reading. You love animals. How? Where the fuck you think you get that from? Not her. Not your mama's monkey ass. My son's a mechanic. He works at a smoke shop. I bought him a Chevy. He hyped the shit up, put neon lights. Low rider daddy. Come on, man. He's always looking for the perfect love. I said, no, you need about 5 or 6 of them. Because you'll never get the perfect love from one of them motherfuckers. And hopefully he's learning. You know what I mean? Get your behind off that screen and stop. Oh, man. Hey, Papa. What you doing? What you doing? He's like, I don't want to be in the camera. I'll get you on. You got to eat some regular food, nigga. I ain't no treat. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I know remember I said it's us. But when I read, it's read. That's all. Well, oh yeah, he right here. Watch, he probably walk. Let me push this back a little bit. He's trying to be slick. He realizes the camera now, right? So what he's doing is he's trying to stay out the camera. He acting like he a convict or some shit. I don't know where the fuck he get that from. I mean, there are some convicts around, but he acting like a convict. What's up? Get it. I better be careful because he scratched the fuck out of me, man. I'm serious. He dig them nails in when he run on me. I'll be like, oh shit. He is locked in. Oh, y'all can't see his face. Oh, that nigga locked in. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You got me. I was doing the little worm. Yeah, and when he locks in, and then he gets down, and in the back of his back legs, right, they go, I'm like, yeah, that nigga, he about to take the fuck off. me. You got me good, Papa. I had to let y'all see that shit. You got me good. Something to take with y'all tonight. You know what I mean? Hey, Westside, if you're gonna do that, hit us up and let us know, man. If you're gonna do that, I'm still gonna do the one talking about politics. I'm still gonna do the one on politics, but if you want to like talk on some of that, I have much we can discuss. But it'd be great, brother. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and shut it down. I'm gonna go ahead and get this mushroom pasta going. Yeah, I'm carving up a little bit. I'm down about 215, where I like 200, 215. So now let's get my carb in. It's last meal of the night. About 10 minutes late. Usually I would just say no and drink water, but I need to get it in. Like I said, I've been working out a little bit, and everybody around here is going, "What you on?" And I'm like, I'm not on nothing. God dang, man. Every few days I take this. Every few days I take that. And I take a break from this. I'm taking my creatine tonight. And they're like, whatever you doing, can you? No, man, I ain't no. This is taking me many years to get to this point and not be stupid in what I'm doing. You can't do everything. It's like, oh, I'm gonna share something with you. Yo, Westside, use this. Everybody, don't drink a big thing of beet juice. The worst thing for you. First of all, your liver regenerates. You can cut out 3/4 of your liver and it'll go back. That's as long as you put in the proper things, you know what I'm saying? Your body's creating the DHE and this, that, and other, and you're putting the copper every other day. You do the low phase for a week, but it's got to be with a good meal that's got carbs in it and heavy protein. But then you get a shot, just an ounce of beet juice every day for several days. Then the next 7 days, you go to 2 ounces of beet juice. And then after that, you go to 3 ounces of beet juice. Then you go off for a week. You go back and you go back to 1 ounce of beet juice for several days. You can go 5 if you want to do it 5, 10, 15. Cool. I'm doing 7, 14, 21. So that's what I'm doing now. I've got packs of beets, right? So what I do is you can freeze it, shave it down and freeze it. So when you're ready, you blend it up with a little distilled water. You got your beet shot. You still the same stuff in there. Make sure you airtight that mug and put it in the freezer. You don't want it to get frost. It starts dynamically breaking it down just as heat would. Trust me on this. So tomorrow will be my second little shot. Maybe I'll go live and show y'all how I make it. I don't juice it. I put it in the blender. I want the fiber. I want everything from that piece of beet. Anything more than that, you're going to have a reaction. So my buddy let me know. He says, you're not having an allergic reaction. Mr. Branch, you was a power lifter. Your body wants to absorb all that N2O, wants to absorb it, but you're not lifting like that. So what it does is it eggs you on and your body has a reaction. And I was like, damn, man, why didn't I even think about that? Because he said, that's not your department. I was like, you right on, cheerio, pep, touche, motherfucker. That's my second creatine for the day. It's a 3-blend creatine. And then I won't take none tomorrow, and I'll do it the next day. What is it doing? It's tricking my system. So when I take it, my body will absorb it. That's why I'm eating the fruit to have the fiber. When I go poo, I like to poo at least 3 to 4 times a day. I like to see my poo float. If my poo, let's say your poo come a little watery, what do? You drink more water because you're not getting enough water. Your stomach is working hard, and if you need to calm it down, get your little baking soda, tap it, a little tablespoon of baking soda, and about 4 ounces of water, drink it down. If that don't work, get you about 8 ounces of water, hit it with a little ginger and quite a bit of lime juice, real lime juice. Drink that, it'll bring the pH level back together and it'll ground it. You dig? No, you ain't overdoing it, man. Yes, no, keep sharing the love, man. Love it. Right? 13 women, West Side. See, that's that young shit in your way. He's a vampire, niggas. That nigga is a vampire. I'm trying to tell you. Give me 4 or 5, man. I'll make a goddamn Warren Nation. 13, you will put me in the grave sooner. Either my back gonna fall out or my brain is. One or the other's gonna fall out. I don't know how you can do it, bro. This is what we do, y'all, family. Oh, CP, man, let it go. Right, you solid, man. You give out too much good goddamn information. I don't need them to listen to what I'm reading. Let it be. You good, goddamn it. My G, man, relax. Get your ass out here and hang with us and shoot and have a little beer and wine and maybe smoke a blunt or something and walk around the neighborhood and maybe you might see something, be like, nigga, I'm on my way over here. And be like, nigga, what gun you want to buy? Come the fuck on, shit. I think you're down in Phoenix, ain't you? But yeah, let me go ahead and I'm gonna shut this down. I love y'all motherfuckers more than anything. I mean, see, this is what I always said. How you get a hair up here, man? Man, you bum. That's what I said, man. We build each other up. We don't tear one another down. We've been walking through a world of lies. But we also accredit each other by lifting one another. And I appreciate and I respect that because that's what I wanted more than anything. But at the same time, like you said, we love and respect one another to the utmost of the highest position beyond any authority or anything. So it's nothing but love, my brother. Trust me, man. Because I'm like, where's DJ? I want Westside one of his lives. Where's DJ? I don't know. He might be in. Because I'm that person that's traveled. And I love hearing things. Grazie. We're due. What was that? Michael, aka Mama. We got Ganji in here. Don't get it fucked up. Ganji come down here and break it all the fuck down. We got to listen. We got the brother that walks on human ash-filled water and meditates, levitating over the shit. All he needs is that white damn, Rondo, where you at, Ganji? Baby, 7-Eleven has good hot dogs, Excuse me, y'all. My name is Ganji, and I would just like for you all to come on down to my neck. And you can learn to yoga and meditate. No, that's Ganji. Speak of the devil. No, speak of Mahatma. I'm a choke on the orange, nigga. Ain't nobody here to. Yeah, you doing him like you nigga got a sock in your mouth. I'm gonna try to spit this shit out. Oh shit. Alright, y'all, I'm off. Love y'all, my beloved sisters and my wonderful magical brothers. Doris David, y'all know how we do. Love you guys. And yes, I'm gonna keep at y'all. I don't have to beg you motherfuckers. Do I have to pull a trick? Y'all can donate a few dollars. I want to get these goddamn books, man. I really want to get these books. God dog. It's gonna make me keep digging in my pocket, man. I thought y'all talking about love and this, that, and the other and shit. I'll get y'all later, y'all. Night, everybody.